my YouTube channel. Yes, as promised, I am back with another video, but on this video I'm going to provide you guys with some of the previous questions for English paper 2 grade 12 June exam. So this question paper is for June exam 2021. Yes, so you can also use some of the previous exam question papers. I actually advise you to use previous exam question papers. You can use 2020, 2019, 2018 and so forth to help you prepare for your June exam, English paper 2 June exam, right? Yes, you can also test yourself using these papers, right? Because these papers come with a memorandum, right? So I highly advise you to use these question papers in preparation for your exam. All right, so without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. Question 4, my children, my Africa. So yes, there is an extract G. I'm not going to read for you guys. I'm just gonna display it on the screen. I hope you guys will see it, but for now let us move on to question 4.1.1. So when you write these exams, I know that some of you guys will be under pressure. Some of you are scared if you're going to pass or if you're going to fail, but please, I advise you to actually relax, to take a deep breath and read the instructions. Read the instructions, because some of you end up forfeiting marks, end up losing marks simply because you did not pay attention to instructions. Okay, so yeah, in 4.1.1 they say choose a description from column B that matches the name in column A. Write only the letter A to E next to the question numbers in the answer book. All right, we have column A, as you can see, and we also have column B, right? And for A we have Mr. Miyalake, right? Let's go to B. Was he a railway worker? No. Was he the mayor of Kamdibu? Definitely not. Was he a good hockey player? No. But was he an English teacher? And that one is correct, because Mr. M was an English teacher at Zulile and principal at Zulile High School. But here we're just gonna go with D, an English teacher, right? Let's move to B. Isabel Dyson. Is Isabel Dyson a railway worker? No. The mayor of Kamdibu? No. A good hockey player? Yes, she is a good hockey player. So B to C, okay? And then we have C for Mr. Pinar. He was the mayor of Kamdibu, right? And then lastly, D, we have Tami Mikwan. What was he? A railway worker? No. The mayor of Kamdibu? No. A good hockey player? No. But he was a good soccer player. So D to E. All right, let's move to 4.1.2. right? So 4.1.2, describe the setting of this extract. You see, so the extract is in G, extract G. Let's describe the setting. Pay attention to mark allocation. The marks, it's 2 marks, as you can see. And when we talk about a setting, remember, we are talking about where the story takes place, right? So 4.1.2, the setting is you can say at Zolile High School, right? Where Mr. M had just asked Isabel to participate in the literature quiz, okay? Or you can just say Mr. M is on the stage speaking directly to his audience. Remember, this extract is from Mr. M's monologue, okay? All right, let's move to 4.1.3. 4.1.3, refer to lines 1 to 3. Lines 1 to 3, not in these lines 1 to 3, not in this life, and most certainly not in this world where I find myself. Will those wonderful words of Confucius ever be mine? Right? So now, after referring to this line, the question is, identify the figure, I'm sorry, 4.1.3, refer to this to lines 1 to 3. So now the question is, why does Mr. M admire Confucius? Why does he admire Confucius? Why does he admire him? Okay, the correct answer is Mr. M thinks that Confucius is the finest teacher and wisest philosopher. He admires him, he admires his life, his thoughts, and what he says, or his utterances, and makes one of the Confucius utterances his classroom motto. You remember the classroom motto? I explained it somewhere in the videos. I don't remember which video, but then yeah. So yeah, that's the answer for 4.1.3. And then 4.1.4, refer to the lines 10 to 12. 10 to 12. The line 10 to 12. Thumping his chest with a clenched fist. I've got a whole zoo in here, a mad zoo of hungry animals. Okay, so now 4.1.4, you must identify the figure of speech as used in these lines. Which figure of speech is used in that line, in line 10 to 12? You must also know your figure of speech when you write English. It's part of English anyways. Alright, so 4.1.4 it's a metaphor, right? 4.1.4, the figure of speech is metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech whereby you make a comparison without using words like as or like. Okay, yes, so it's when you compare two, let's say two unlike things, two things that are not the same, without using the words as or like. That's a metaphor, right? So 4.1.1a, the figure of speech used in line 10 to 12 is a metaphor, right? So now B says, explain this figure of speech as used in these lines. Explain this figure of speech as used in these lines. Okay, B. So Mr. M's intense emotions of despair, hate, and hope. Remember his three emotions that he regarded as animals in his monologue. It was hope, despair, and hate. So Mr. M's intense emotions, despair, hate, and hope, are compared to wild animals living in the zoo, which is his heart. Okay, yeah. Let's move to 4.1.5. 4.1.5. How does this extract tell you about Mr. M's state of mind? Substantiate your answer. So when they say substantiate your answer, you are supposed to support your answer. You understand? You're supposed to support your answer, and you can support your answer by providing an explanation or explaining more. So the question is, what does this extract tell you about Mr. M's state of mind? Substantiate your answer. So this extract that they're talking about, it's extract G, right? 4.1.5. So the correct answer is that Mr. M is in a state of despair, anxiety, because he realizes that his dream of wanting to educate children will be ruined, because if those learners boycott or join the school boycott, who is he going to teach? No one. So Mr. M states is in despair or anxiety because he realizes that his dream of wanting to educate the children will be ruined or will be dashed. Okay, 4.1.6 says, one of the themes in my trend, My Africa, is hope. Discuss this theme. Pay attention to mark allocation. It's 3 marks. So one of the themes in this book, My Trend, My Africa, is hope. Discuss the theme, right? So when you discuss, this is what you should include. Mr. M's initiation of a debate between Zolile High School and Kamdibu High School instills hope for better racial relations, right? He believes that if black and white people work together effectively, there can be better racial relations between the 2 different races. That's number 1 hope we find from this book. Remember the theme, hope, right? Okay. Another one, Tammy and the protesting students hope their actions will bring about freedom and equality. The theme of hope. Okay. Tammy hopes that if he protests as well as the students protest, he hopes that their protest will bring about freedom and inequality to the black people. All right. Okay. Mr. M's commitment to teaching young people gives him hope for a better future for them. For example, Mr. M hoped that he's going to teach him, and then Tammy at some point in his life is going to put an end to apartheid after he's educated. That's the hope that Mr. M had. Alright, so that's how you answer this question. 4.1.6, one of the theme, it's hope. You discuss the theme. This is how you can discuss the theme, okay? 4.1.7, in this play, Mr. M comes across as a selfish person. Discuss your view. You need to discuss your view, your own point of view. So Mr. M comes across as a selfish person, a person who only thinks for himself. In this play, we see Mr. M, he comes across as a person who is selfish, a person who only thinks for himself. So now discuss your view. Discuss your point of view. It's 3 marks. Please do pay attention to mark allocation. Don't just write a one-word answer and say Mr. M is old-fashioned. For example, you can't just say Mr. M is old-fashioned and expect to get 3 marks, right? So yes, please do pay attention to mark allocation. Okay, so now 4.1.7, you discuss your view on Mr. M coming across as a selfish person, right? Okay, 4.1.7. Alright, here's the answer that I'm looking for. Okay, you can say no. You can either say no or you can say yes. Hence they said discuss your view. So even if your view is yes, if you explained it well, you'll be correct. Even if your view is no, if you provided evidence or if you substantiated your view, you'll be correct. So let's start with those who agree that Mr. M is selfish. Okay? Yes. Mr. M does not respect what Tammy wants to do with his life. He constantly tells him what to do. Okay? He does not join the boycott, and as he believes his way of doing things is correct. You see, he gives names of the action committee to the police, and he wants to continue teaching, failing to realize what they wish to achieve through their actions, right? So some people may agree and say yes, Mr. M is selfish, number 1, because he does not want to listen to Tammy. He wants to decide for Tammy all the time, right? Okay, and someone else might say no, because Mr. M devotes his life to educating children, right? No, because he tries hard to obtain a university scholarship for Tammy. Remember that English literature quiz, he was hoping Guti, when they get victory, when they win, he's going to score Tammy a full university scholarship. So is that person selfish? Is that person thinking for themselves alone, you see? That is why this question is open-ended. If you can say yes and provide your reasons, you'll be correct. If you say no and provide your reasons, you'll be correct as well. Okay? And then no, he hopes to the very end of his life that Tammy will influence his schoolmates and return to school. Okay? Yeah. So let's move to, okay, it's 15 minutes already, and I didn't want this video to be long. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to post here on this video, I'm going to post the remaining questions so that you do them on your own, and I'll also provide the answers. So these answers, they are correct because they're from a memorandum as well. Yes, yeah. So I'll provide you with the remaining questions for my children, my Africa, on this 2021 previous exam question, as well as the answers, so that you can do them on your own. But I hope this was helpful, this video was helpful. Yeah, please do let me know in the comment down below if it was helpful or not, because I need to know, you know, so that I know if what I'm doing is helpful to you or is it not, right? So please guys, don't forget, please, when you write your exam, pay attention to the instructions. Please do pay attention, right? Because you might know the question, but if you fail to follow the instruction, you lose marks, right? That's number one. Number two, please do pay attention to mark allocation. If the question requires you if the question says it's 3 marks, it means it requires you to actually explain. Don't provide a one-word answer, because you're going to forfeit your marks, okay? Other than that, I have nothing more to say, guys. I just want to wish you all the best with your June exam. Yes, all the best, and please don't forget to pray. All the best, all the best. Yeah, that's it for now. Stay safe and keep calm. You can do this. All right, bye.